Mike Huckabee is a former Baptist minister who plays in a rock band called Capital Offense and served as the governor of Arkansas for many years before deciding he'd like to shoot for a higher office, president. And new polls show he is a lot closer to getting there than just about anyone ever expected. Joining us now is the man himself, presidential hopeful and former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee. Governor, thanks for coming on.
Well, thank you. You know, nobody expected that I would be here at this point, but I did. I'm kind of surprised that everybody was so surprised.
So if you actually got the Republican nomination, you wouldn't be the dog who caught the car? I mean, you wouldn't be so shocked you wouldn't know what to do?
No, I think, you know, this is something that, again, I feel like it's happening because people are paying attention to the message. Up until now, a lot of folks have been tuned out, except for the political insiders, and they're the ones who have written my political obituary for the past 11 months, and now they're having to do some rewrites, which I think has been kind of fun for us.
Yeah, I bet. And congratulations, by the way. It has not happened the way I thought it would. I would have expected that the leaders of the evangelical movement would have coalesced behind you and that you would have ridden that support to where you are now. Instead, we've seen time and again the National Right to Life came out for Fred Thompson, despite statements he made that were clearly pro-choice. The Pat Robertson came out for the pro-choice mayor, Rudy Giuliani. The anti-abortion movement's kind of collapsed, is my reading. Is that yours?
No, not the movement. I think some of the leaders are maybe disconnected with the Army. It's kind of like you got generals going one way, but the entire Army's going a different way. And you know what? I'll take 100,000 soldiers over one general any day. And there seems to be, if the activists are out there in the real world of America, people like Don Wildman, Kelly Shackelford, the 3 former Southern Baptist Convention presidents that have endorsed me, they're with me. If they're Washington insiders and D.C. based, they're not. What does that tell you?
But it must make you a little bitter. I mean, having been pro-life your entire career, you're a Baptist minister, and National Right to Life goes for Fred Thompson. You don't look at that and get a little red?
You know, I'm disappointed, but I'm not bitter about it, because as long as the rank and file people who are pro-life know that, you know, I'm the only guy that did the March for Life every year, actually passed legislation. They endorsed a guy at the national level that doesn't even support the Human Life Amendment, which has been a part of the Republican platform since 1980. They've got more explaining to do than I do on that one.
So you have had this dust-up with Mitt Romney over illegal immigration. He criticized you recently for a scholarship program rewarding high-scoring children of illegal immigrants in Arkansas. Here's how you responded. Quote, "I guess Mitt Romney would rather keep people out of college so they can keep working on his lawn since he had illegals there." Now, that struck me as an awfully nasty thing to say, and it also doesn't address his complaint, does it?
Well, the complaint that he made is, frankly, a little bit outrageous. You don't punish a child for the crime of the parent. And what we were proposing in Arkansas, and it didn't get passed, by the way, and I stand by it, is that if a student has excelled academically, and if that student is willing to become a citizen, which was part of the provision, then you would give them the opportunity to get the same scholarships that any other student who had done the same thing would be able to do. That way, that person becomes a taxpayer instead of a tax taker. But the idea that you're going to grind a child into the ground because of something that he or she couldn't help, which was a parent's decision to break the law, I just think we're a better country than that. And you know what?
Then why wouldn't
somebody wants to be... Well, let me just say this.
Okay.
I don't believe in sanctuary cities. I don't believe in amnesty. I believe in a strong, secure border. But the problem is not that people have come here. The problem is our government is dysfunctional, has completely missed any opportunity to try to fix this problem, and then want to somehow grind it through the children themselves. I just think we're a better country than that.
All right. Former Governor Mike Huckabee, I really appreciate your coming on. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to talk to you.
Thanks, Governor.